Hello again, YouTube. Truth Man here. So I'm a little under the weather still. So you'll hear me clearing my throat, coughing. You already know. But we got to keep these videos going. So everybody has a solution to getting rich. Stuff like that. Getting ahead in life. But when I talk about money, I talk about money for the people like me. I don't talk about money for people that have secret brotherhoods and networks built up of people that's going to help them. I talk in terms of people that situation may be like mine. And that's what I'm doing today. How we can get up there and get rich from down here at ground zero. I'll title it later. I might have that title, but that's what I'm talking about in this video. So we hear terms thrown around like compound interest, all this good stuff, right? Because compound interest is a good thing. That's what you want to happen when you start to invest. But the crazy part about some of these guys that talk about it is they say something dumb like, it don't make sense to save your money. That couldn't be further from the truth. Like everyday people, if you save your money, you'll see yourself start to get ahead, and you'll see those needs and those burdens start to go away, those financial burdens. So, y'all know I like to crunch the numbers. $2,749 made per day becomes $1,033,000 or something like that. It's a little over $1 million. $1,003,385, I believe. If you average $2,749 per day. Now investing, again, it's little hidden factors that's in play. Who you know. Why you think they keep getting people for insider trading? And and by the way, as long as insider trading is going on, I wouldn't advise you to make investing your number one option, because you not getting the info to trade on the inside. And I told y'all two things. Bitcoin. Doge is owned by Elon Musk. That's one. And number two, I told y'all about the time I tried to buy the share. It was up 468%. And they told me you can't buy it, you can only sell it. As long as that kind of stuff is going on, I won't advise you to make that your main option. Now, I talked about this. I talked about how when they basically tell you about index funds, which, again, index funds are good. I have one. I just haven't been investing in it like that. There's a lot of things. I'm waiting on some things because they liable to try to make me get her half of everything. So it's a waiting game for me on some stuff. But index funds, you just waiting till you're an old man to have $1 million when you can get $1 million right now with the right moves. I told you, $2,749 a day is over $1 million. You get your income up to over that. You find out some businesses some things you can do. And I gave you the example, $549 from 5 different sources. You make $1 million per year. Don't seem like a lot, do it? It don't seem like a lot. But that's over $1 million. That's over $1 million. I heard a dude I grew up with. It was a funny but yet true saying. He said, only pigeons are all off into and love people with bread. I'm gonna start calling people pigeons. You a pigeon. I'm gonna make a whole video about what it is. I told him, I said, I gotta use that one too. I said, and superficial people, they try to guise it and disguise it under, well, successful people deal with successful people. That's true. But like he said, only a pigeon is fascinated with a person just because they have bread. And superficial people. So, man, we gonna get into some stuff that even if you don't get up to the 2749, we gonna talk about some things that can at least get you up. So, number one, if you work one job, you go home and watch TV, you're gonna always be in need. You're gonna be one of them people I talk about that you take money out the ATM, you ain't even got no money in the bank like that because you're not saving. You got $200 in the bank. And a lot of time that $200, that's like your phone bill money. And when you get in trouble, when you get in a rut, don't let people keep you in that rut and don't keep yourself in that rut. You got to figure out what can you do to get out that rut. I got to figure out when I get in ruts, what can I do to get out of it? This is why we talk about in the manosphere living alone. Like these women they want to be like full grown babies that you got to feed them and do everything for them. Instead of you do some things for them, they do some things for you, and y'all contribute to the overall well-being and livelihood of your household together. I'm gonna let you know, and I have let you know, that little being one person working, you make that sacrifice. See, people they want to make that sacrifice, but they don't know the magnitude of that sacrifice. You basically sacrificing your finances. Because even like if you the only person working in 2025, you better be making a whole lot or you gonna run into problems eventually. That little 50, 60, that ain't enough. That's not enough to work by yourself. Now, like her, she perfectly fine, all the bills paid. She don't care about the future like that or none of that. But when you work, it's like you gotta you should want to get as much as you can out of your work. You should want to get some luxury items out of your work. Instead of, well, all my bills paid, I'm fine. That is, what do you think this is, 1920? You living in 2025. You basically want all your bills paid, and that's it. In 2025, you're going to suffer. And you're going to struggle. Because if your job is giving you a quarter raise, 25 cents, 35 cents, shoot, that's gas alone. Gas going up by $1 off and on through the year, and you only got a quarter raise. Everything going up, food prices going up, and you only getting a quarter raise. You got to do something about that, or you're gonna struggle. All you hear is people talking about how expensive things are, and I be looking at them like, that's true, but what are you gonna do to rise above it? That's what I be looking at, like, what are you gonna do to rise above it? And that's what we finna talk about briefly. Number one, gig work. You got Uber, you got Lyft, you got DoorDash, you got Instacart, you got all these apps. You can make practically more than you make from your job. You can keep your job. Do that on the side, though. You can deliver pizzas at night and stack all the money. Trust me when I tell you, delivering pizzas, you can really come up. Some years back, I had a bag full of money, and that was just my tips. Bag full of money, $1,000. It was like $1,800, $2,000 just from tips. I think that was back in 2008, or no, 2000. That was 2006. So you can build your income up. Now, if you gonna be one of them people that work, but yet you don't save the money, then what's the point? You might as well just stay at home and watch Netflix, because you ain't gonna get nowhere. You have to save. I have to save. Every time I don't save, I get in trouble. Trouble with my bills, trouble with my money. The expenses pop up, you ain't even got it. You shouldn't have to go to these crooked, sleazy loan places. I stopped dealing with them a long time ago. I said, after that last one, I said, man, no more. Because when things change in your life, they're going to be calling you like crazy, and it's going to be messing up your credit and everything else. You better off just not even dealing with it. Just don't even deal with them. If you can't get a credit card, people talk about credit card debt. If you use it right, it ain't going to be as bad. Like if you have a credit card and you need to borrow some money, you just borrow it from your credit card and just pay it back over time. As long as you pay it back on time, it won't be a problem. But even that, I wouldn't suggest. I would suggest just calculation. Calculate what you want. Calculate what you need. And go out there and get it. The money is there in the U.S. It's there. Like you got all these apps you can work off of. You got stuff you can do for yourself. Some of y'all women can cook real good. Man, sell them dinners. Keep putting advertisement out in your area until people start calling you. Buy you a printer. You got a printer, it's going to be cheaper. You can get a cheap printer and be printing up. You could say like, I'm going to go to a different neighborhood every time close to where I'm at. And I'm going to put out flyers. Keep putting them out. People gonna start to call you eventually. Get you some ads. Like in Milwaukee, we got the Red Book. My businesses, every time I put them in the red book, people call back. We had the blue book, but they don't even put that out no more. I don't know if they even do it. We just got the red book. But you trying to be fair and neat. Don't let your spirituality get in the way of your finances. Did the Most High say you couldn't have a restaurant, a ghost kitchen? Okay then. That's men trying to keep it amongst themselves. Let me tell y'all about this again. I ain't gonna tell y'all the business. But it was a business that I was gonna do. That I still am. I'm just, again, waiting game. That they tried to tell me, now watch this. They tried to tell me that I couldn't do it. And I said, why can't I do it? What's the law stating that I can't do it? He couldn't find no law. And it's the person that worked there, the license. You don't need, I said, so do I need a license? He showed me the ways that I would need a license. But the way I was doing it, I didn't need no license. Now watch this. The gig apps start doing it. I said, so basically, they was trying to stop me from doing it, but then they gonna allow them to do the same exact thing. I'm doing it too. Oh man. They got doo-doo in the game. Okay, you want to play dirty? I'm going to play dirty too. When people cheat, you either stop playing the game or you got to cheat too. You don't let people cheat to beat you. Like, look, okay, you finna cheat. Like, if I'm playing spades, somebody cheat, I'm going to throw the cards in the air and quit. That's my move. I'm an a-hole in some ways, y'all. If I catch you cheating, I don't even want to play no more. Especially if you try to, this is how my mind think. If you try to justify evil behavior and doings, I don't want to deal with you. And like over time, like even with women, right? If I catch you up and you do something bad and you don't apologize, you don't change your ways, I'm going to start looking at you different from that point. And I'm probably going to leave you alone on the spot. I don't like when people try to cheat. Like, you trying to cheat to beat me? To get over on me? Nah, that ain't how it works. So in other words, he didn't want me to get up there and grab all that money. But he didn't care if them apps did it. So I said, man, I ain't trying to hear it. When I'm ready to do it, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. So, gig apps, pizza delivery, you can go, in most cities, you still can get a paper route. People say people don't read the paper no more. That's not true. Some people tradition to this day is coffee and paper in the morning, reading the newspaper. I had, on my paper route, I had over 100 stops on Sunday. I had between 50 and 80 during the week. And I was making like 300 something a week. You said, man, that ain't nothing. It is when you got other stuff. So you telling me you a regular everyday Joe and you doing something for let's say $325 a week, and you just letting it hit your account, you ain't taking it out. And you done did it a whole year. You on year number 2. $325 is 52 weeks in a year. That's $3,250 times 5. That's over $15,000. Look, man, if you not rich, $15,000 is a lot. You definitely not broke. You can buy whatever you want. You can dress nice. $15,000 saved up cash in Milwaukee, you doing pretty good. Not the best. You not rich, but you doing okay. You ain't doing enough to be able to brag or nothing, and you shouldn't brag anyway. I know how I look at that. But you ain't in need like that either. Now, business-wise, a business that you can get a food trailer. If you got a big truck or a van, you could pull it on your van and make sure it's tall enough, big enough for you to be able to walk around in there and stand in there. I saw some for $7,500. You could get you a laundromat. You could start out, get one of them novelty places. We talk about this sometime. And just go half with them. Like, you put all the machines and the dryers in here, and I'll give you 50%. Do that for like the first 6 months to a year, and then start putting your own machines in there. A laundromat, you can zip right through there. It's not time consuming. You can retail, you can flip products that people buy all the time. Most people don't even shop in the mall no more. They shop online. You got like stuff that they can buy. I can't tell you everything, because if I tell you everything, all y'all gonna get out and do it. And when I go out there and do it, I'm not gonna make no money from it, because it's gonna be too much competition. So you could get on eBay, Amazon, all these other things, and drop ship, sell products. There's so many ways, man. So many ways. You can get a second job and just bank all of it. And no matter what you do, though, it's going to take discipline and consistency. Discipline and consistency. So the first step is you want to get these incomes. You can get them up to the $27.49 later, but you want to get these incomes that's going to get you in position to get more incomes that'll pay you more. And on that, I'm going to close this out. I do thank y'all for watching. I apologize for this cough and this sniffing and all that, but I'm not going to stop making videos because of it. I'm going to keep going. So let me know what y'all think in the comments. Remember, you can support the show via Cash App, Super Thanks, or even getting one of these memberships. You can get a membership, but content by request is $1.99. If it's something you want to hear me talk about, send a Cash App of at least $1.99, and I will most likely have it done that same day or the next day. You know, feel free to give more. Make sure y'all supporting a real dude like me. I be watching. Some of y'all be supporting these fakes, these busters. But nonetheless, kind of think about what I've been saying, man. Your goal should be, everybody's goal should be to have at least $1 million. At least $1 million. That if you, man, I'm just trying to make it out here. I don't care about money like that. You got the wrong state of mind. And you shouldn't have no kids or anything thinking like that. It's unfair to your kids, grandkids, and whoever for you to think like that. So I'll see y'all with more videos. We ain't gonna go crazy today, but stay tuned.